Good morning. My name is Jamar Harry. I'm a Deputy Chief Administrative Officer for Howard County Executive Calvin Ball. Thank you all for joining us today as we share our Howard County initiatives to celebrate Veterans Month. At this time, I'd like to introduce our Howard County Executive, Calvin Ball.
Thank you so much, Jamar. Good morning, and I appreciate everyone being here as we kick off our Veterans and Military Families Month. Each November, we come together to honor and celebrate the brave people who have worn our nation's uniform. It's a time to reflect on their courage, their service, and the profound sacrifices that they and their families have made to protect our freedoms and our future. For me, this month is also deeply personal. My father, Calvin Ball Jr., served in the Air Force during the Vietnam era, and my grandfather, Calvin Ball Sr., proudly served in the U.S. Army during World War II. Through their example, I learned what true service means, the kind that strengthens communities, uplifts families, and inspires future generations like Calvin Ball III. My dad, my mentor, my best friend, he showed me that service to our country was one of the most profound ways and gifts one can give back. Yesterday, we celebrated my mom's birthday. And in addition to rejoicing about her, I reflected on my dad. I reflected on how he lived the true spirit of service. I reflected on how he not only loved our country, but his community and his family. And with each passing day since his loss, I strive to honor that legacy by serving our community with the same heart, the same humility, and the same commitment that he instilled in me. In honor for those who have served like my father, we launched the Howard County Veteran and Military Members Tribute page. Through this site, we're recognizing the stories of and services of our community members past and present who have answered the call of duty since World War I. Their powerful stories remind us of the courage it takes to serve while inspiring the heroes of tomorrow. We're also making great progress on Howard County's first Veterans Monument. In collaboration with our Howard County Veterans Foundation, this monument, which is located at the Columbia Lakefront, is a space that will become a place for reflection, a place for remembrance, a place that is a beacon of honor that bridges past and future generations. Initiatives like these remind us that our gratitude must extend beyond Veterans Day. Our gratitude must extend beyond Veterans and Military Families Month. This is an opportunity to renew our commitment to supporting our veterans and their families in meaningful and lasting ways. Our veterans come from every background, every corner of our nation, every branch of service, united by a shared commitment to protect and defend. Their dedication strengthens not only our military, but our democracy, our workforce, our communities. And as we recognize the families who stand beside them, we've recognized their strength, their sacrifice, that are essential parts of every veteran's journey. Collaboration among government agencies, nonprofits, and the private sector is key to honoring our veterans, not merely with words, but with results. Today, I'm excited to announce additional initiatives to help support our veterans in Howard County and across our region. Starting today, our Department of Recreation and Parks will offer a 10% year-round discount for members to our recreation centers, for active and retired military members, veterans, and their families. We will also, during Veterans Week, make sure that that discount will actually increase to 25% to new members. Our Office of Transportation will provide free paratransit rides to the Baltimore VA Medical Center for veterans with disabilities. And in collaboration with the University of Maryland Law School, the University of Baltimore Law School, and Maryland Legal Aid, we will host 3 veterans legal clinics focused on veteran advocacy, tax support, and wills and estate planning. These clinics will feature expert presentations and one-on-one sessions with attorneys and law students, along with resources from our Office of Consumer Protection and our Office of Veteran and Military Families. We know service doesn't end when the uniform comes off. It lives in how we lead, how we give back, and how we uplift one another. That's an important lesson my father instilled in me, and that's an important lesson that guides all of us as we honor those who have served. I want to thank our veterans, active duty members, retired military members, and their families for your courage, your sacrifice, your unwavering service to our community, our nation, and our future. May we honor your legacy by serving others as selflessly as you have served us. God bless you and thank you.
Center. At this time, I'd like to introduce Ms. Beverly Winstead from the University of Maryland School of Law. She's the clinical director there. We'd like her to speak about what their clinic will be providing.
Thank you guys so much. Let me pull this up. I want to start by saying thank you to County Executive Calvin Ball and the entire county administrative team for the invitation to participate in this upcoming Veterans Clinic. As County Executive said, we will be doing a presentation specifically talking about tax matters on the federal and state level. And after we have our presentation, we also will have student attorneys like the ones behind me. They will be meeting with veterans one-on-one for one-on-one counseling with their tax matters. We do express our deepest gratitude to all veterans for their service and sacrifice. The University of Maryland Low Income Taxpayer Clinic looks forward to assisting this upcoming Monday with the Veterans Clinic from 12 to 2 p.m. Thank you again.
Thank you, Ms. Winstead. Our second legal clinic will also be on November 10th, and it will be held from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m., also at the East Columbia 50 Plus Center. At this time, I'd like to introduce Frank Vitale, who serves as the Chief Attorney for Maryland Legal Aid's offices in Howard County and Anne Arundel County, to discuss what Maryland Legal Aid has planned for those clinics.
Good morning. So I first want to thank Dr. Ball and his team for inviting us to be part of this event. Maryland Legal Aid is a statewide private nonprofit law firm. We provide free civil legal representation to low-income and vulnerable people to address their most fundamental legal needs. We recognize that the best results come from collaboration with our community partners and actively seek opportunities to work with other legal services providers, our community, and client partners. So we really do appreciate this invitation. So as part of this, as was announced, we will be at the East Columbia 50 Plus Center from 3 to 6 on November 10th, starting with a presentation on wills and estates. The goal will be to present valuable information on how veterans can prepare for their future and the future of their family. After the presentation, we will have staff and volunteers available to answer additional questions and to open up new intakes for drafting wills and advance directives. As with all of our services, this is free of charge to eligible applicants. We recognize that estate planning can cause feelings of discomfort, but talking with an attorney or a professional about your goals could ensure that your wishes are followed, that your family is taken care of, and that you can help save them time, stress, and money down the road. If you're interested in learning more about how to plan for your future and the future of your family, then we look forward to seeing you from 3 to 6 next Monday at the 50 Plus Center. If you want to know more about Maryland Legal Aid, including on how to apply for services, on how to work with us to help serve your neighbors, please visit our website at www.mdlab.org. Thank you again.
Thank you, Mr. Vitale. Our third clinic will be held on November 19th from 4:30 to 7:30, also at the East Columbia 50 Plus Center. This clinic will be done in coordination with the University of Baltimore School of Law. This time I'd like to introduce Dean LaVonda Reed of the University of Baltimore School of Law, as well as Professor Hugh McLean to discuss what their clinical students will be providing at this clinic.
Good morning, everyone. I'm LaVonda Reed, and I'm the Dean of the University of Baltimore School of Law. Thank you so much to the citizens and community members and neighbors in Howard County for the opportunity to partner with you on this important initiative. I, too, am a product of a family with generations-long history of military service. My late father, Colonel Henry Reed, was a two-time Vietnam War veteran and a veteran of the First Gulf War. He died about 10 years ago, and the work that I do is in honor of his service. I'm proud to lead a law school that has committed to helping serve the legal needs of veterans in our state. Our Bob Parsons Veterans Advocacy Clinic, under the outstanding leadership of Professor Hugh McLean, from whom you will hear shortly, does impactful work positively impacting the lives of veterans and military-connected families. I'm happy that students in our highly ranked legal clinical program will be a part of the Veterans Advocacy Clinic later this month. They are building their legal skills under the direction of licensed practitioners while meeting our neighbors' legal needs, including those of our veterans who have given so much to our country. So in closing, I want to thank you for the opportunity to partner. Happy birthday to the United States Marine Corps. Happy Veterans Day, and thank you all for your service.
Well, good morning, everybody. My name is Hugh McLean. I'm the professor and director of the Bob Parsons Veterans Advocacy Clinic at the University of Baltimore School of Law. I'm also an Air Force veteran. I served in the JAG Corps in the Air Force. And I'm with Juan Carlos Ramirez, who's one of my students currently in the clinic, who will help on the clinic on November 19th. So it's wonderful to be here with you all today. I want to thank Dr. Ball and the Office of Veterans and Military Families for organizing these clinics for veterans that will be held on the 10th and 19th. This is really an important moment in our time for communities to support veterans. Our war fighters have fought long and significant battles in our nation's history, and most transition to civilian society to lead successful and productive lives. But some veterans do struggle, and those are the ones that are most in need of our support. Issues of traumatic brain injury is well documented in service members and veterans of the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. The prevalence of mental health conditions such as PTSD is especially high among 9/11 veterans and those who were wounded or exposed to combat. As a response, Congress tried to help these veterans, and in 2022, President Biden signed a significant piece of legislation called the PACT Act, named for Sergeant First Class Heath Robinson, who died in May 2020 due to a rare disease from toxic burn pit exposures. In addition to that PACT Act, which helped Service Connect and obtain disability benefits for some of those exposed veterans, Congress also initiated one of the most sweeping changes in veterans' disability benefits in the last 30 years. They had passed something that was called the Appeals Modernization Act. That act implemented changes to the current appeals process that would streamline the claims process and provide more benefits to veterans. As a result of the PACT Act and the Appeals Modernization Act, veterans do have greater flexibility and access to expansive benefits for injuries related to their military service. However, this process is extremely difficult to navigate and can be overwhelming. The Bob Parsons Veterans Advocacy Clinic, in partnership with Dr. Ball and the Howard County Department of Administration and their Office of Veterans and Military's Families, is excited to host this legal clinic to help veterans navigate these new areas of law. Our students, such as JC, have been studying the new changes in law and the veterans benefits process since these changes went into effect. And the students are standing by, ready to assist Maryland veterans in accessing the benefits that they have earned. So on November 19th, the students will provide a Know Your Rights briefing that covers topics including veterans disability benefits, education benefits, veterans readiness and employment benefits, aid and attendance for caregivers to the military veterans and other veterans. And then after the briefing, the students will provide one-on-one brief counseling to listen to the veterans' individual stories and situations to help them navigate this complex process. So we're ready to provide this legal services to our nation's warriors and heroes on November 19th. So thank you again for this opportunity, and I'm really excited about this partnership. Thank you.
Thank you, Dean Reed. Thank you, Professor McClain. We want to thank again the University of Maryland, Maryland Legal Aid, and University of Baltimore for partnering with us on these legal clinics. We also want to thank all of you for being here, especially our representatives from the VFW and the American Legion. We want to thank you for helping us spread the word about how Howard County is celebrating our veterans. Thank you, and have a good rest of the day.